Hey, what's up, guys? Today is day 191, I think, when I'm recording this, of my current semen retention streak. And I'm going to jump into chapter 5 of the Semen Retention Miracle. I'm going to crank out all 10 of these chapters, or whatever is in here for you guys. Again, most of you aren't going to take the time to read a book about this stuff and acquire this knowledge, so I'm going to read the book, give you my thoughts, give you my personal testimony related to what my journey is like, to what this book is saying, and then you can acquire the knowledge. And the more knowledge you get, guys, the higher your conviction goes, makes it easier to go all in on something like this. So, without further ado, chapter 5, the science behind semen retention. If you like this stuff, follow along, subscribe, drop me a comment. I do check those, by the way. The science behind semen retention. You might be wondering if there is scientific evidence to support the health benefits of semen retention. The answer is yes. And in this chapter, we'll look at how these studies were conducted and what they show about semen retention. The scientific studies are referenced and the full details are provided at the end of the book, should you wish to read further. The majority of the scientific research into the benefits of semen retention falls into one of two categories: semen quality and the effects of semen retention on testosterone levels. Let's take a look at what these research investigations have found. Now, my thought going into this is like, okay, testosterone is going to go up on semen retention. That's my stance that I've been seeing in my life. But we'll have to see what they say. The effects of semen retention on semen quality. Research into the effects of semen retention on semen quality has included research into the following characteristics: semen volume, sperm concentration, total count, sperm motility, motion, sperm viability, sperm morphology, shape and structure, and then advanced semen traits. Okay, let's see what they found. For semen volume. For semen to be considered healthy, the World Health Organization puts the lowest level of semen volume at 1.5 milliliters per ejaculation. By the way, I don't typically subscribe to any type of World Health Organization or I'd rather go figure something else out for myself. But in this case, it's interesting. Let's see what they got. The ejaculate volume is significant since it affects the concentration of sperm. It was previously suggested that semen volume following abstinence indicated a low semen quality. That doesn't make sense. However, in 23 out of 24 studies conducted on semen volume following abstinence, there was evidence for a considerable increase in semen volume. That seems like a no-brainer. Several of these studies also noted higher testosterone levels following prolonged periods of abstinence. Shocker. The thinking is that it may be the stimulation of higher testosterone levels that is responsible for increased semen volume. Yeah, that would make perfect sense. Your testosterone, guys, it's going to go up. This isn't a use it or lose it situation with your semen. It's a use it and lose it. Like, if you release it, if you shoot this stuff out of you, it's not in your body can't recycle it. But if you hold this stuff, your body starts to recycle this stuff. This is what I'm feeling and experiencing in my life. I'm freaking loving it. And if you think of the power in semen, the life force to create another life, that is the stuff that starts circulating through you and healing you and rebuilding you, right? Reproducing you. And I still firmly believe that they're called our reproduction organs because they're there to reproduce us. They can also be used for procreation, to give life to another human, right? But I firmly believe that is the first use case, is to reproduce us, give us life. Sperm concentration, total count. The concentration of sperm in the ejaculate is measured in millions per milliliter, and it is a critical indicator of semen quality. It is also a predictable factor for the fertility potential of the individual. 22 studies examined the effect of abstinence on sperm concentration, and 20 of those studies reported a significant increase in sperm concentration in subjects practicing prolonged periods of abstinence. Shocker. The greatest increase occurred in the first 2 to 5 days of abstinence, okay? But there was still mild increases recorded with longer abstinence periods. Those over 7 days. Now, it's interesting. With these studies, guys, they don't get into crazy long semen retention journeys from what I've read. And I am telling you, the long-term benefits of semen retention outweigh the short-term initial benefits that you get within like the first 30 or 60 days. I'm telling you, right now I'm on day 191 or 92 or something on my streak. I'm still going. Horny as a motherfucker right now. Like the last few days, yo, I'm like, okay, I see how this becomes problematic, but I'm not gonna quit. So anyways, just keep that in mind with these studies. The greatest increase occurred in the first 2 to 5 days of abstinence. Yeah. Studies have noted an increase in total sperm count, particularly with the first ejaculation following a period of abstinence. Again, shocker, guys. Your first release after a long streak obviously is going to have a higher sperm count. This is also why so many cultures of old and tribes and stuff, when they wanted to go, when they wanted to add to their tribe, add more life, the couple, they would split. And if I remember correctly, they would like split for 6 months, and they would both go through like a purification process and an abstinence and basically build their bodies up so big and strong that when they did come together, they have the highest quality egg, highest quality sperm. I wish this would come back more. We would avoid probably so many health issues that kids are being birthed with, because if you didn't know this, guys, you were birthed with the lymphatic state, the Latin lymphatic system of your mom. But if your mom doesn't like go through remineralizing and healing after one birth and doesn't have enough time, the next kid pulls from where her current lymphatic state is at, and then is basically birthed at a disadvantage compared to the first one, because there's less quality building blocks. And that keeps happening over and over until you get to the last kid, and the last kid kind of gets shafted, right? Just something to think about. It's like, I've talked about this in past videos, but semen, sperm taking 90 days to mature, how many men actually let it mature before they go procreate and have a kid with their wife or whatever? Probably not many. We would be freaking Sparta if we made that a priority. I'm going to make that a priority for my kids. There'd be little Spartans running around. These studies also observed that serum testosterone levels peaked at 145% of the baseline level following the 7th day of abstinence. Interesting. So you're telling me you go 7 days on a streak, guys, and your SR and your testosterone increases 45%. That's pretty wild. Now we'll think about what that does long term. They also found that these elevated levels of testosterone remain constant into prolonged periods of abstinence. Oh, so it's almost like you get to keep it. Interesting. Sperm motility in kinematics. This is an important factor in determining male fertility. The sperm needs to be progressively motile to navigate the harsh environment of the female genital tract and reach the egg. Motility refers to not only to the sperm's ability to move, but also to generate the driving force necessary to penetrate the egg. 12 studies that examined the relationship between the abstinence and motility were conducted. 8 of them reported a significant increase in the total number of motile sperm, increasing during the abstinence period. That would make sense. The other 4 showed no significant difference. Between 1 and 3 days of abstinence, the number of motile sperm increased substantially. Okay. Then that number remained stable between the 4th and the 7th day. After the 7th day, there was another increase. Okay. After 9 to 10 days, the number gradually declined. Okay. Interesting. 10 studies investigated the effect of ejaculatory abstinence on progressive motility. Sperm viability. This is a characteristic that is routinely examined in a basic semen analysis. Viability. DNA fragmentation can dramatically affect sperm viability and this may be an important indicator of DNA integrity in sperm. 11 studies examined this characteristic and found no statistically significant association between abstinence and a decline in viability. Well, duh. In fact, the percentage of viable sperm peaked between the 2nd and 5th day of abstinence and remained relatively unchanged. So viability went up, which is a good thing. It did, however, decline with more prolonged periods of abstinence. Interesting. I wish they were doing studies on guys who are going hundreds of days on this. Guys, we're talking about like 3 days, 5 days, 7 days. Like, this is peanuts. At least we're getting something and like we're seeing the correlation, but like, come on, guys. Give me a study of a guy who's on 191 days or 192 days. Sperm has 3 distinct areas, morphology: the head, the midpiece, and the tail. Each must conform to stringent criteria in terms of size and shape in order to be considered normal. Morphology refers to the shape of the sperm. Okay, research has shown there are problems with DNA integrity if the head is malformed. Additionally, other shape abnormalities can cause problems with the penetration of the egg. When studying the effects of abstinence on a sperm shape, essentially, 14 of the 18 investigations found no association between malformed sperm and increased periods of abstinence. Again, they're looking for a problem. They're trying to say, hey, does abstinence increase malformed sperm? No, that wouldn't make any sense, guys. That wouldn't make any sense. That's stupid. And again, how long are they going for in these studies is my question. Give me a long one, yo. Advanced semen traits. Advanced semen traits such as DNA fragmentation are analyzed in men who are having problems with infertility despite having a normal semen profile. This analysis assesses the characteristics discussed above. These advanced quality indicators include DNA fragmentation. Basically, guys, what I'm starting to see, I'm skipping some of the stuff that's just boring in this book and like doesn't make for a great read for a video. Basically, what I'm seeing, though, is they're trying to prove with a lot of these studies almost that abstinence is having a negative impact. Like, this is what they're doing the studies, and then they're realizing, like, oh, it doesn't actually have a negative impact. And then it seems like a lot of these studies are just stopping there. It's like, okay, that's great, but like, yo, what happens if we do an SR study of all this stuff of guys going 90 days, 180 days, 200 days, 365 days? Like, come on, like that's where the good stuff is. The overwhelming evidence of these investigations shows that abstinence either does not affect the sperm quality or it is improved. Thank you. This is what I'm saying. They're looking to try to like put a negative twist on it. It's like, no, abstinence doesn't make the sperm quality worse or it is improved, particularly following between 3 and 10 days of abstinence. Moreover, important factors like sperm concentration and semen volume showed large improvements with prolonged periods of abstinence. Isn't that interesting? Additionally, several indicators of sperm quality that had been hypothesized to suffer from abstinence were instead not affected by short-term periods of abstinence. Notice short periods. How long are these studies, yo? There are several areas where more research is needed, you don't say, but the takeaway is that abstinence has a mild to moderate positive effect on sperm quality. Shocker. This is common sense. Some of this research also found increased testosterone levels. Yes. And we'll look at those next. There are a number of studies that have examined the effect of abstinence on testosterone levels. One study examined how a period of 3 weeks of abstinence affected the neuroendocrine response to orgasm induced by masturbation. The study involved 10 healthy adult men and measured hormonal and cardiovascular factors. The procedure was conducted twice for each participant before and after the 3-week period of abstinence. They're only talking 3 weeks, guys. Like, this is amateur hour. They had their plasma analyzed for concentrations of cortisol, prolactin, we talked about that, adrenaline, noradrenaline, okay, noradrenaline, some hormones, testosterone. The results showed that orgasm increases blood pressure, heart rate, plasma prolactin, and catecholamines. That doesn't surprise me, guys, because remember, in the last chapter, we talked about how when you are orgasming and releasing this, you are switching into a sympathetic nervous system. The fight or the flight kicks in, and it uses up all your resources. Of course, that's going to, increase blood pressure, send you increased heart rate, like do all this stuff. That makes a lot of sense to me. That's true before and after the sexual abstinence period. Orgasms did not, however, alter the plasma testosterone levels. Interesting. What did alter plasma testosterone levels was the period of abstinence. Higher concentrations of testosterone were found following the period of abstinence than what had been the case before. This shows that abstinence does not change the neuroendocrine system's response to orgasm, right here, but it does increase testosterone levels. There you go. Abstinence, semen retention, it increases the testosterone levels. Shocker. Yet another study examined the relationship between ejaculation and serum testosterone levels. It was run on 28 participants. The volunteers were investigated daily for testosterone levels during a period of abstinence. The results showed that testosterone levels fluctuated minimally between the 2nd and 5th day of abstinence. Guys, this is peanuts, like 2 to 5 days. 0. Serum testosterone levels peaked on the 7th day of abstinence. In fact, the testosterone levels increased by 145.7% over the baseline established prior to the abstinence period. That is significant, guys. After this peak, there was no regular testosterone fluctuation observed with the continuation of abstinence. But again, how long did your studies go, guys? I wish there was crazier studies done, like long-term SR studies. What this study demonstrated was that ejaculation caused variations in serum testosterone levels, which peaked on the 7th day of abstinence. Okay, so there you go. You want to go for 7 days? This is why you guys, when you go and do 7 days of SR, you're feeling good. You're feeling this testosterone increase throughout your body. An extra 45% increase is insane. Before I get into that, I'm telling you guys, there are so many like NFL players and like professional athletes that are subtly starting to come out and talk about this stuff. I've heard it on podcasts. Some of these NFL players talking about the fact that they're like, like there is a noticeable difference in our performance if we have sex the night before. It's like we tell our wives no. Like the guys that are doing this and sticking to it are performing the best, is basically what they've been saying. And that it makes a lot of sense. So again, this study, it's not very significant. Like I feel like they could have done a lot better on that one to actually prove more of the value. Research has also been conducted on how abstinence might affect pregnancy rates. Several studies have examined the effect of short abstinence periods on pregnancy outcomes. It also measures total sperm fluctuations following abstinence. One analysis found that an ejaculatory abstinence period of 3 days achieved an 11.27% pregnancy rate increase. You're telling me 3 days of SR and you become 11.27% more potent at knocking a chick up. Y'all, I'm on 191 days today, I think. 191. 191. We'll go with that. I might knock a chick up if I look at her wrong right now. If you're getting 10% after 3 days, what does a long streak do, guys? Like, for real, I feel like I'm crazy potent. This was the highest rate of pregnancy outcomes, even though the total motile sperm count in those individuals was highest following 7 days of abstinence. That showed that the total mobile sperm count was not predictive of conception. Was not predictive of the conception. Interesting. That study contradicted another one done in Mexico, which showed that the pregnancy rates were higher in the 4 to 7 day abstinent period than the 1 to 4. That would be more in line with the total motile sperm count. Either way, guys, you're realizing it's like, the longer you do the SR, shocker, the more potent you become. You can knock the chick up. All right, so there's that. I'm skipping to this part. Other documented physical benefits of semen retention. A study conducted on animals in 2007 found that the frequent masturbation lowered androgen receptors in the brain. Androgen receptors are those landing pads we discussed earlier. I believe, if I remember correctly, those are like the dopamine receptor sites. You can check me on that if you want, but yeah, okay. It's where the neurochemicals land when they jump the gap between the nerve cells. Androgen receptors specifically help the body to use testosterone. So the finding that masturbation lowered the number of these receptors indicates that abstinence from ejaculatory masturbation will help your body use testosterone more efficiently. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So the more you do the masturbation, the more you lose androgen receptors in the brain, which are the things that help you use testosterone in your body. So by not doing this stuff, guys, getting on a long-ass SR streak, my androgen receptors have to be through the roof, allowing my body to start using the testosterone, which is also would make a lot of sense why so many men are saying, like, man, my beard's thickening up, like my hair is growing in, like, bro, I'm getting hair everywhere on my body. Like, it's actually crazy the amount of like new hair that is just growing on my body since getting on this streak. More testosterone. What are the benefits of increased testosterone? One of the most studied and consistently noted benefits of semen retention is an increase in testosterone levels. Yes, even those studies that did not specifically research this aspect noted increased testosterone levels following periods of abstinence. Yes, this abstinence cannot be underestimated as it has, or this importance cannot be underestimated as it has widely beneficial effects. Okay, what are the benefits of higher testosterone? The research into the benefits of this began in 1889. After this some dude with a weird name, performed a radical experiment in which he injected himself with liquid extracted from the testicles of dogs and guinea pigs. Guys, that's the cheat code. That's the cheat code. You combine SR with also injecting semen from the testicles of dogs and guinea pigs into your body. That is how you take this to the next level. Duh. I can't believe the answer has been here all along, and I missed this. He injected this liquid 10 times over 3 weeks. He was a 72-year-old neurologist, and after injecting himself with the seminal fluid from animals, he noted marked physical changes. He started to bark and wag his tail, and he loved to start running on little metal little balls. No, that's not it here. Like, why, bro? Why are you taking, what's that little track thing that guinea pigs run in? Here's what actually happened. He noted marked physical changes, specifically the strength in his forearm flexor increased. He had more forceful urinary stream. He was more easily able to defecate. Okay, great. And he also noted a subjective improvement in his cognitive abilities. Mental brain power went up. Isn't that interesting? His observations are credited with generating more interest in the substances produced by the testicles. You don't freaking say. You can, just a side note, I don't know if you guys ever looked at this, but like desiccated bull testicles, you can order that stuff online and you can take that. Just get all of that. Basically what they're talking about, but that testicle, now we're good. Phone almost died. Basically get all that nutrients into your body. You can look into that if you want to take this to the next level. Since that time, testosterone, called the elixir of life by this guy and his contemporaries, has been studied for its anabolic, metabolic, and developmental properties. Early research included numerous androgen, remember that male hormone, studies that examined the problems related to low testosterone levels, notable insomnia, depression, nervousness, impotence, and decreased libido. That is all sex drive. That is all from low testosterone. And by the way, I've experienced that, guys, in the past. Going through like major health issues and stuff. Yeah, all that stuff comes with the territory of low testosterone. This has caused experts to debate the use of testosterone replacement therapy in men suffering from declining levels of male hormone. There are numerous beneficial effects of testosterone on the musculoskeletal system, mental and cognitive health, and in a number of other users. Isn't that interesting, guys? This could be why, hey, as we go on semen retention longer and our testosterone levels go up and our masculine energy and aura goes up, oh, we're getting attention from women now. They're giving us choosing signals, like they're like acting differently. Why? Because they can sense all this shit. They can sense all this. You are becoming a better bet for them to bet on, right? You're becoming a more likely probability for surviving, both her and like being provided for and being stable, all this stuff. It's like, don't underestimate the power of testosterone here. All right, stretch. Sex hormones play a role in bone growth and its subsequent maintenance in both men and women. Those androgen receptors we discussed earlier play a role in the growth plates in bones and the formation of bone tissue. Testosterone also plays a role in decreasing the reabsorption of bone and increasing bone mineral density. Interesting. So testosterone replacement therapy has been used successfully to help men with osteoporosis increase their bone mineral density. That makes perfect sense to me. Turns you into a warrior, guys, right? It's making you stronger. Testosterone, what's that quote? Better be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. There it is. Better be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. Get your testosterone up. Testosterone is also associated with vitamin D, a vitamin crucial for maintaining bone calcium levels. Testosterone also has a beneficial effect on body fat and lean muscle mass. In a study to measure the effects of testosterone and another hormone, researchers found that lower levels of testosterone resulted in a decrease of lean muscle mass, strength, and size. Moreover, when testosterone was inhibited from being converted to that hormone, the result was an increase in body fat. So as they took testosterone out, they got fatter, turned them into little fat asses. The study showed the importance of testosterone for increasing muscle mass while decreasing body fat. Go, guys, if you keep up or watch any of like Rin's videos for his channel, like this is like all he focuses on is like the impact that his SR journey is having on his testosterone and his ability to put on muscle. Now, I haven't been working out intentionally for the past like 3 or 4 months, but early on this streak, I was while I was doing this, and it was actually crazy. The improved ability to like stay lean, still put on muscle, and like keep putting up PRs in the gym like back-to-back days without stopping. Right now, I'm going a little bit harder on detoxing Chinese like herbal medicine, like rebuilding and detoxing my body. I will be circling back to that though. Another study, older men who had lower than normal testosterone levels were given testosterone replacement therapy. They experienced improved muscle function and increased lean body mass when combined with strength training. That checks out. The control group, who solely utilized strength training, experienced improvements in muscle function, but not lean body mass. The control group, who did the strength training without the testosterone added, they had improvements in muscle function, but not lean body mass. The musculoskeletal benefits of testosterone therapy disappeared within 6 months after discontinuing the therapy. Isn't that interesting, guys? So they got, number one, that's crazy that therapy even lasted 6 months, but it's like you stop doing it, you're not going to get the benefits of it. If you stop doing, and this might be worth talking about too, because there's so many wild comments on my videos of guys that are like, yeah, I did this for years and then I stopped, and it's like, the benefits went away. Shocker. Y'all got to build your conviction to the point where it's like, if you truly believe that this is valuable, why would you stop it? Like, yes, you have relationships. There are ways, guys, to learn how to like still be intimate and release without releasing like all this other stuff. Like there's ways around it, but like going back to being a depleted coomer, it's like, how do you justify that? There's a guy in the comments of one of my other videos was like, oh yeah, I heard like it's good to go for 100 days, but then after that, my doctor said I should release at least like once a week so that my prostate, whatever. And I commented, I'm like, that is the most clown shit that I've ever heard. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Why would the resource be so valuable that it's a good thing to acquire it for 100 days, and then after that, you should just spend it and get rid of it? What resource or asset in this plane of existence exists that it's like, oh, like, I just want a little bit of that resource. I don't want too much of it. It's like, that doesn't compute. That doesn't make sense. It's like, oh, don't acquire too much gold in your safe, because if you acquire a little too much, then it actually has a negative effect on your life. No, it doesn't. Don't acquire too much energy. Like, you always have a way to use this stuff. That doesn't make any sense. So for those of you that are doing this and jumping on long streaks and then deciding to go back to your gooner ways or whatever, guess what? You're going to lose the benefits. The musculoskeletal benefits of testosterone therapy disappeared within 6 months after discontinuing the therapy. There you go. If you hop off this, you start to lose the benefits again, guys. Studies have also shown testosterone plays a role in mental health and cognitive ability. One study found that healthy older men given testosterone intramuscularly shots demonstrated significant improvements in both spatial and verbal memory. Another 2-month study of 51 men with low testosterone levels showed significant improvements in mood, as well as an increase in negative mood parameters like anger and irritability following testosterone replacement therapy. It also improved their energy levels. I can tell you guys, my memory used to be absolute dog shit when I was going through like the worst of the worst chronic health conditions that nobody could solve. And at that same time, my testosterone levels were freaking low. So that checks out. Studies haven't been conducted on older men either. In the first half of the 20th century, studies began into the benefits of testosterone for athletes. When researchers controlled the studies for exercise routines and protein intake, that means they eliminated those factors as possible influences in study. They controlled the studies for exercise routines and protein intake. Okay. They found that testosterone accelerated increases in strength, shocker, fat-free mass, shocker, and overall muscle mass in men who exercise. Additionally, young men with low testosterone levels also showed an increase in muscle strength and fat-free mass. Have you realized, guys, the correlation here? The longer that you do semen retention, your testosterone goes up. The higher testosterone goes up. The increase in your ability to put on muscle strength and fat-free mass, lean mass. There you go. There is the science. There is the proof for you. Testosterone is also beneficial for helping with urinary tract symptoms associated with overgrowth of the prostate gland. Older men often suffer from an overgrown prostate gland. We're almost to the end, by the way, guys. One more page. And this constricts the tube through which urine passes, the urethra, so that these men have a weak stream. Because of that, it takes them a long time to empty their bladder completely, and they have to urinate more frequently. In a study of 246 participants given testosterone for 1 year, researchers found they improved their urinary storage capacity and voiding. Several case studies have also shown that testosterone replacement is safe following the removal of the prostate gland as a result of cancer. Do you realize this proves all these dipshit doctors wrong, who are these people who are saying, oh, you need to release for the good of your prostate. Y'all, it literally just explains right here that the higher testosterone in your body, the better the health, the improved health benefits for your prostate. Testosterone is beneficial for helping with urinary tract symptoms associated with overgrowth of the prostate glands. Like, it's helping this situation. But they're telling you to go masturbate and release, which is lowering your testosterone levels. You see the problem here. Something doesn't add up. Testosterone is also helpful for patients who require rehabilitation. A study of men between the ages of 65 to 90 showed that injections of testosterone were associated with improvements in limb function. I made a video, a week ago or something, telling you guys, like, just talking about this whole thing of combining semen retention for your healing from like a chronic health journey. This is what I have been personally going through and experiencing. So this makes perfect sense that they're seeing increased rehabilitation in men that are given more testosterone. Testosterone administration also helps men on bed rest maintain their protein balance, although this benefit was only seen in those patients who could walk daily. Well, the research seems to suggest that the benefits of testosterone administration require physical activity. I mean, that would check out, guys. Like, and also, the more testosterone you get in your body, the more you just want to freaking run through a brick wall and take action on stuff and like work out and build yourself. So, makes sense. While these studies were not testing increased testosterone levels due to semen retention, they showed the importance of testosterone in maintaining or improving health in various ways, since semen retention has been shown to increase testosterone levels by 45.7%, by the way. So if you were at 100, you would be at 145. If you were at whatever, like, multiply it by 145.7. Do the decimal math on that, whatever. Since semen retention has been shown to increase testosterone levels, it follows that men who practice it will see some of the benefits associated with higher testosterone levels. That is why I'm seeing this. These include improvements in muscle strength and mass, as well as improvements in cognitive abilities and a boost in mood. I'm telling you guys, I feel happier. I have more ability to just like go and conquer the day and get shit done and come up with ideas. Like, it's beautiful. Taken all together, the scientific evidence for semen retention suggests numerous physical benefits. Perhaps the most notable benefit is an increase in testosterone levels that can boost mood and improve memory and increase muscle strength and lean body mass. Perhaps the most notable benefit, say it again, is an increase in testosterone levels that can boost mood, improve memory, and increase muscle strength and lean body mass. Why do you think all of these athletes earlier in these other chapters are doing this? Why do you think Mike Tyson was doing this and was undefeated? Nobody could screw with this guy because his testosterone is through the roof and he gets all these benefits because of this. Moreover, a number of semen traits improve, including seminal fluid, volume, and concentration of sperm. Improvements in the quality of sperm also improves fertility. You look at a bitch, you get her pregnant, right? Potent stuff. So as you can see, there are several documented physical benefits of semen retention, but what about the impact of the practice on your wealth and success? That's what we're getting into the next chapter, and I'm freaking stoked about it because I'm experiencing that right now. So in this chapter, guys, we just covered we looked at the scientific studies showing the benefits of semen retention, specifically the effects of semen retention on semen quality, which goes up, testosterone levels and semen retention, testosterone clearly going up, and all the benefits of increased testosterone levels because you're on semen retention and your testosterone goes up. That is chapter 5. Oh, I need to stretch a little bit. This is only affirming all of the stuff that I've been talking about on this channel for the past, how long? 6 months that I've been making videos on this journey. All the stuff that I'm telling you, I'm starting to see and experience, and I know I focus a lot on the spiritual side of things, the energetic side of things, the metaphysical side of things. But there's also a very physical element to this, guys. the healthier your body becomes, the more you can accomplish, the more you can do, the more you're going to be tapped in spiritually and energetically, and like getting into this whole manifestation thing. And all that stuff is great, but I'm telling you guys, one of the best things is like health is wealth. From my experience, having gone through rock bottoms for an amount of time that if I would have known it would have taken that long, I might have just like punched out, you know. It's like hell. It's hell on earth when you don't have health. Isn't that interesting? Take away the TH there. Take away the T, and it's just hell. You know, health turns into hell. Take away the testosterone. I'm trying to come up with something witty right now. Health is the greatest wealth. I learned that very early on as people can go give you shit. You can drive a nice car. You can have nice clothes. You can have all this stuff. You can have money, but if you don't have health, you're not going to enjoy it, which makes health the greatest form of wealth. And abundance and like financial wealth and all that stuff just becomes more of a byproduct of being healthy. So again, this is why excites me, this idea of starting a men's health community, not even health community, just a men's leveling up community, because if I can help you guys get on long streaks of semen retention and take this seriously and actually lock in on this information and value it and build conviction so you can do it, your health is going to likely improve as a byproduct. I'm not a health practitioner. Don't listen to me. I'm just talking about my experiences. But according to this book that I just read, that seems to check out. And as your health goes up, you're going to feel more capable and confident to conquer the world and like do the things that then lead to more wealth. So you guys see, it's not like, oh, I'm holding my seed, I'm holding my balls in. Where's the money? Why isn't the money falling in my lap? No, it's transforming you into the version of you that can go conquer the world, and then money is just a byproduct of that. Does that make sense? So there you have it, guys. That's chapter 5. If you made it to the end, this was a long freaking video. Let me know what you think. Does this maybe give you just a tad bit more conviction on your journey of like, oh, this is real. All these haters trying to tell me it's not real. I can literally show them proof that semen retention leads to increase in testosterone, which leads to all these health benefits. And you're going to try to tell me that I shouldn't be doing this? Clowns, y'all. Clowns. Hopefully you got some value out of that. I'm going to record chapter 6, guys, as well. Y'all, make sure you're ready for chapter 6, because chapter 6 gets into how semen retention makes you more successful. This gets into the wealth and the success aspect, and like this freaking, I geek out over it because I'm seeing this in my life right now. So make sure you're ready for that one. I'm putting out daily videos on this channel still. My goal is just keep supporting you guys and documenting my journey as I go along here. So peace, love, abundance to you all. I will catch you on the next one. Keep freaking crushing it. Lock the F in.